Hi everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to dive into a brand that I have not used before. So this is going to be another one for our indie eyes, where I'm kind of trying to play with some more indie brands and focus on brands that you maybe have not heard of. So for today, one moment, we are going into Kaleidos makeup. Kaleidos I think really just found from Instagram, and they are pretty prominent on there. The palette that I'm going to show you today is one that is in collaboration. So this is the Club Nebula palette, and I believe her name is Angelica Nyquist. Or Nyquist? Not quite sure how you say her name, so sorry, but this is just stunning. The packaging on this. Now, it says on the back, the Club Nebula palette is a collection of my favorite shades for my favorite people. I don't know if I've seen a color story that I love this much in a long time. So, I will pop it open for you. It's just beautiful. These shades speak to me so much. The mattes in here are buttery and smooth when I swatched them. The shimmers are unlike most shimmers I've seen. They remind me very much of a Pat McGrath shimmer, where it's just kind of this super rich feeling shimmer, but that has the most beautiful shimmer to it that really just kind of stands out and sparkles. It just looks so beautiful, and I can't wait to play with it today. I'm just so excited. Now, because I believe this was $45 for this palette, and it was at least $100 for shipping minimum. These were shipped from China, so it did take a good amount of time to come here, but honestly, really not that bad. Like, I ordered this on the restock of this product. I know there's going to be another restock in May. I will definitely, if I can find when that is, I think it's like May 21st or something, I can put that below, along with, I want to make sure that I show you some swatches too. So I can put up my swatches of the palette, and it is just so incredibly beautiful. I'm just telling you, the mattes are beautiful, the shimmers are beautiful. I just can't wait to throw it on my eyes for today. But because the whole thing needed to be $100, I of course was going to make sure to pick up some more things. This is the other palette that they have. It's called the Escape Pod, and I just love this packaging. There's something really 80s funky and cool about it, but just look at this. Like, there is something just so delicious about this packaging that just makes you feel like it's almost like a VHS tape. The shape of this, that's definitely what it makes me think of. I'm not sure if that's also what they were thinking of, but these colors are also just as delicious. So beautiful. Not sure if these are as buttery or the same. I have not played with this or swatched this, but just beautiful colors. Like, the color stories on these shadows really just speak to me. So I do believe each of the main palettes were $45. I can double check that. But we are definitely going to just stick with the Club Nebula palette. But I also, to get to that $100, I wanted to get some of their highlights. So they come in some pretty big packaging. That's probably the only thing, is kind of like, I love the packaging, but does it need to be as big? Probably not, but there is something very aesthetically pleasing about all of it. It is all packaged so beautifully. I think there's just a lot of thought put into the brand and the packaging here. We have like green detail put on the inside of the packaging. Open it up, we have actual, you know, kind of like 3D feeling elements on here. Open it up, they have some protection. Then there's like a little plastic thing to protect the highlight. Just really kind of unique and different, although it is pretty thick for a highlight. Like, how big is that pan? I don't know, but you have kind of this whole bigger compact to hold the one highlight. It's just kind of interesting, but all these highlights are also really pretty, and I got these in a bundle. I'm not sure if that saves you any money, but I got 3 highlights just so that I could get past that $100 shipping minimum that I needed to reach. I am really excited about everything. It also came in this bigger box. And I actually received 2 of these bigger boxes, fine by me, one of which had both of the palettes in, and then one had the highlights in, really nicely packaged as well, kind of around bubble. Then this was all in bubble, and my box actually was pretty dented. So my other one does have a little bit of dent on the box, but it's a cardboard box. I'm certainly not hurt by it in any means. So I am happy about it. I'm very happy they arrived as well as the products did. And yeah, that is kind of the lowdown. I don't know too much about Kaleidos other than the fact that I believe it was a woman and her boyfriend along with a friend started the brand. They are a mix of, I think, American and Chinese influences, at least into the brand. And that's kind of all I really know. I don't really have too much else. I know really just mainly that people really like them on Instagram. And there is just some really beautiful looking things about how they style, how they look. The aesthetic of the brand is just what I think people are really drawn to. Now, what I did want to point out, when I looked at this palette, I thought, wow, you know, these really deep mattes really reminded me of another palette, and that is the At Forest Sight. And it's just kind of the depth within some of these. So we have Emerald City here, and perhaps, or even, maybe that one's even a bit more like PNW, just kind of the deep green navy that we have. Sorry, I think I shook the camera. We have a deep navy, kind of blue, a deeper kind of red, burgundy kind of shade, similar kind of here with a red burgundy flare. I mean, there aren't too many similarities, but there was something about kind of the depth of each that kind of reminded me of each other just within the mattes, and how kind of we have almost like a whole rainbow but of depth in our mattes here. So I'm kind of excited to see what we will kind of get from our look today, because I really don't know where I'm going to be going, but I certainly am excited. Now, it will be no different than any other look. I am definitely going to go in and prime my eyelids first. Now, the palette itself does have a decent amount of weight to it. It does feel kind of like this is just a very thick cardboard. Obviously has a really nice big mirror, but it is thick. Again, it does remind me very much of like a VHS tape. That is about the size reference that I am thinking of. So it is pretty thick, and I think I was expecting the shadows to not be on this like lifted up kind of tier. I thought it would just kind of all be one level. Not that that bothers me, it was just something that I noticed. Now for this look, I think I am going to use some of my e.l.f. eye tape just to kind of help the shape stay a bit more controlled when I am doing my eye. They're very cheap, kind of just little pieces of tape. People also obviously use Scotch tape. This, I don't think I'm gonna go as high up. I'm gonna go a bit more on a lower angle here, but still will help to maintain a nice clean edge for us. A lot of the time I like to use this when I want like a super sharp, high intensity angle, but we're gonna go a little lower today. Now, there is just so much in this palette that I find so inspiring and so beautiful, and it's really hard for me not to just want to plant every single color on my eyes. Like, honestly, I just want to rub it all over my face. It is this absolutely stunning. So I'm trying to kind of hone in on what colors I really want to use, and I'm having a difficult time with it. Honestly, it is tough to figure out what I want to do here. I think I'm going to try to really build up some of this pretty green and go into like a deeper blue, and maybe have a purple or a blue over the lid or something of the shimmers. We'll try something like that, I think. So I think what we're going to do is first take our lightest kind of green called Gravity and put that more within our crease area. And this is a nice mossy kind of green as well. And I'm going to keep that within the transition area and let it kind of blend up to the brow bone, and we do have this really beautiful firefly color that I do think I'm going to take on a fluffy brush, take some of that shimmer, and let's just place it. Oh yeah, that is like Tinkerbell level. Very similar feeling to Tinkerbell right there. I'm about it. And that's really what I heard a lot about this brand, is just like their shimmers kind of just don't compare to other things that we've got. I'm now gonna go into Queen of Blades, which looks to be like a pretty deep green blue shade, and that I'm really going to pack and keep right within this outer kind of corner crease. Wow, these mattes just blend so beautifully and effortlessly together. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm really astounded by how nicely they blend. They were very, very creamy when I was going in and just swatching them. Now, I want to try to build in a little bit difference of kind of, I'm not sure what other color, but I feel like I could do something kind of cool here. Let's see, we have a lighter blue that might look pretty, or maybe a purple, but the purple's kind of deep. I could also try this orange. I think I'm gonna go, are we gonna go for the orange? Okay, so we will definitely be using the color Firefly that we used up on the top, but we're gonna go into Samus, this beautiful kind of orangey color, and we're gonna pack that in this middle portion. Just trying to get all these mattes to blend real nice together. I'm gonna go back into Queen of Blades, blend that up, and kind of just bring it back over. Blendability on these mattes is almost better than what I've seen in a long time on many different palettes. I mean, this is competing with Natasha Denona for me on how blendable and nice these are working for me. Now, I think I even maybe want to add a little light hit of the orange on this outside corner, really tying things together. And that's a lot of what I think makeup looks are, is really finding colors and looks that just work well together. And when you have a palette that is made so well, where not only do your mattes blend so nicely, but the color story is just so seamless together, it really helps you to just create whatever your heart desires. All right, now that is really cool. Very different from a lot of stuff that I normally do. Now we are going to go in with this Firefly color. I am going to definitely do it just on my finger first and tap over into this front portion. I have not used these shimmers before, so I'm gonna try just dry, but then I will probably end up wetting a brush because I bet they will look fantastic wet. I mean, have we ever seen just like sparkle this beautiful before? I don't know. I really don't know. Now I kind of am getting a lot of the pigment up a little bit because I do like the orange peeking through underneath because we did kind of work on that. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly tap as well across some of my mattes, just so that we get a light bit of these shimmers kind of gradually going through these other matte shades, because you just kind of want to have it. I don't necessarily want this to be super concentrated right now. I kind of want the glitz to be dispersed across the eye in a really pretty fashion, and that's definitely what we're getting here. Oh, how fun and different and cool is that, you guys? And this is using, we've only used 4 shades, only 4 shades, and look at how stunning, just beautiful that applied on our eyes. Like, okay, like best indie brand? Are we, I'm shook. I am speechless on that note. I am going to take off my tape and we are going to apply the rest of my face, and I think I might try doing something, ooh, Lord, here we go. Oh. And man, that tape does just so nicely. I think I'm going to try maybe doing something different underneath. I'm not too sure. Kind of wanted to do something really fun. This is Club Nebula, so I wanted to do something maybe a little different or unique underneath the eye. Maybe we'll go the other way or something. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to get the rest of my face on and we will figure it out together. All right, so I'm holding off on blush and highlight and all of that till we figure out the rest of what we're going to do with the eye. Now, I think it would be kind of cool if I ended up doing something really sharp as well this way. I would just need to get the angle right. So I think I might try using the tape again, even though, you know, I have already used it and I have put foundation on. So we'll see about that, but I'm going to try to use the tape to try to section off a part of my eye down here so that we can have a nice sharp edge for us to work with. Just might be a little tough to find exactly where we want to go. All right, I have my tape placed, and again, it doesn't feel like great, but I think will help create a pretty cool effect here. Now, I'm not sure if I want to go bold and do just the super dark, but I do think I'm going to need a pretty dark line to really get the contrast. So I'm going to go in with Gravity first, which is our lighter green, and kind of just like place in our color right into this lovely bottom area and pack that in. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of our orange Samsas color and kind of blend that more into our skin. I think I actually need even a smaller little brush to get where I want to get, right within this inner kind of portion of into my nose and the inner corner. Kind of blend up. I know, she's going detailed, y'all. Now I do think we're gonna add just a little bit of depth coming down. So we're going to take Queen of Blades and just add that on our little portion here. Because I do think I'm going to need to keep some depth a little. Will really also help intensify this sharp angle kind of look that I'm going for. I think what I might do is wait for my highlight, and the highlight is what is going to kind of be put over this area here. So I have my orange that is blended real nice. Let's take off the tape. We also might have to clean up as well. But yeah, exactly a really fun kind of line. Here we have to clean up just a little bit, not too bad. But that definitely, I think, gives this cool edge to everything. Just making it different. I'm gonna clean up my edges here with some concealer. Ooh, I'm liking it, yeah, yeah. All right, I'm going to kind of throw on the rest of my face here, and then we will close it on out. All right, I am gonna go in and use some of the Star Surfer, what is this called? Highlight as well, just because it's kind of like a light orange, and I think will help tie in the little bit of orange that we have going. And ooh, I am just loving how it's turning out. Super fun. And then maybe just a little hit in the inner corner. Oh, it is pretty faint. Definitely not as sparkly as what we have going on the lid, but I definitely don't want to distract from that. I think just maybe this light kiss of pearlescence will work just perfectly to kind of give a little dot of highlight on that inner corner. I think that works very nicely, and I love how it's kind of beaming off of my cheeks as well. We will take it. I might just do a little hit on the Cupid's bow here, just so that we got it everywhere. And yeah, just wanted to show you the highlight because I knew someone might be interested. It's cute. It's really cute. I'm I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love with this brand, everybody. All right, everyone, and here we have the look, and I could not be more pleased. Like, honestly, I don't know if I have tried a shadow recently that has made me this pleased as I have with this look and this shadow formula here. Not only was the shimmer stunning, I mean, it just reflects and is so dazzling across the eye. I'm not sure if the light, let me turn off this one light and see if the other light will help kind of show you, but there are different reflex within here and at different lights. Like if I'm looking from this angle, I can see almost like a pink orange reflect that is happening. It is just so beautiful to see the different shimmer. I can kind of, let's go through the lighting and see if any of them show different shimmer. No, not quite. So, you know, I just think this is so nice. The mattes are buttery. We literally have 3 mattes on our eye, but it looks like we have just blended colors that were so many. Like, this is just such a stunning look for such few shades, and honestly was so easy. This did not take a lot of time. This did not take a lot of effort, and the payoff of this is outstanding. This is worth every single penny, every single stinking penny. It is beautiful. I am so excited to play with the Escape Pod. As I clued you in, I brought in some of the highlight, which I also think is really beautiful. I topped off my lips with a ColourPop lippy pencil. I think this is in, yes, Minuteman, and then I used my About Face Light Lock lip gloss in Such Great Heights to give me a nice kind of peachy orange, just like what I've got going on this kind of corners of my eyes here. And I am so happy with this look. I just think it looks so cool. So yes, if you can get this during the restock, I 100% would just try to jump and get it. I know people tried getting this during the restock. I got it and I was just lucky and managed to snag one, but I cannot overstate how just fantastic this palette is. It'll be interesting once I test the Escape Pod, how that one goes, and if that one has the same amazing formula as what I have seen today in this. I certainly hope so, because they then have a big ol' fan of their brand. So Kaleidos, I'm looking at you, I am pleased with you, and you've got my heart. You have taken it, you have stolen it, and I am just running with you. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you go check this brand out. They have some really cool things, amazing packaging, and it's just so fun to look and see what other companies are doing. We do not always just have to shop at Ulta and Sephora. Like, there are plenty of other brands that we can go and support, and it's great to support smaller businesses. All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you on the next one. Wherever you are and whatever you may be doing, I hope you're able to do something you love every single day. Thanks again for being here. Bye!